Yeah. We're at, 10,880 right now. So we are at, we're at just over 11,200 total when factoring in the on-site donations. So thank you so very much for that, everybody. I really did not think we were going to hit the 10K goal. I truly believed we wouldn't do it, and then you guys came through like I didn't believe.
Yeah, these past like few hours, I've had like a mad onrush of donations. It's totally awesome. Funny note, you can actually move the D-pad in any direction when Mario's standing facing downward like that to get him to get the cutscene moving along.
What started all the Air Guys memes? Air Guys was featured in the Mystery Tournament, and I was in that match, and it seems like it was a pretty big hit with people because we had some of the other guys afterward kept playing Air Guys for like 8 hours straight while the marathon was going on.
That's really funny.
And they're serious about it. They're finding stuff in that game.
I'm still so sad I missed the bulk of the tournament.
So much God bless the ring right now.
Yeah, I know. I came back, yesterday, whatever morning, and like, God Bless the Ring was this big thing now, and I was like, what the hell is this? But I found out a little bit after that.
Oh wow, here we go. It's a nice donation. So Sarah Min says, shout out to Tretcom and Mizumi. Thanks for a great stream, Spooky. Come back to IAMP. I played IAMP for a minute myself, actually, so you should be saying come back to IAMP me as well, but I won't, unfortunately. Not quite my style of game, although I can appreciate what the ideas it has, at least. Also, here's the one. From Mike Uyama, yes, the mastermind behind the SDA marathons. Hey Josh, I just wanted to congratulate you on a very successful marathon for a good cause. Having organized marathons myself, I can say it's not an easy task.
Yeah, we all found that out.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way now. Definitely I definitely understand you much better now through this, I will say. See you at AGDQ 2013. All right. Yes, indeed, Uyama. Yes, indeed. Thank you so very much for the donation and the kind words.
Thank you, Mike. Good to hear from you.
This is the last speedrun of this stream, Crab Lover. Yes, indeed.
Oh, I just barely missed it. It's okay, though. It's not a big deal. You can actually hit that floating chest that I just barely missed if you're fast enough getting there. But it's very, very precise. And then the jump off the enemy itself is like a 3 or 4 frame window.
Yo, the Wrath of Spooky is a whole other thing altogether, man. I ain't ashamed in the slightest. I mean, ashamed that I touched his computer, yes, but for whatever happened, I mean, yeah. Y'all will be mind fucked too in that position. Don't say otherwise. That's just, he's a dude you don't want to piss off, man. That's just how it is. I don't think Flo ever announced a new challenge. I think he said he couldn't come up with a good one with a frowny face.
Oh.
It's a the timing for each super jump past a certain point is 3 frames, but it's for like, you have to do over 80 of them in a row to get the 100. The first few super jumps are easy, then it gets harder.
Yeah.
16 is when it goes to 3 frames, I think. Oh man, the whole Twinkle Star Sprites breakdown was probably the highlight of the mystery tournament for a lot of people, I suspect.
I can't wait to go rewatch that because I did hear about that. So coming up, I will be saving right before this very precise trick that if I miss, I would lose like 4 minutes on if I hadn't saved before then. And I'm currently, I'm 3 for 3 for pulling this off in Marathon, so I hope I continue my streak.
Oh yes, Max Sip.
The Max Sip, that's right. Goodbye to you, Rainn. Hope to see you again another day.
Oh yeah, Kuma's pop off at the Choaniki round. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
All right, max skip time.
All right, 4 for 4, baby.
First try. That is a lot harder than it looks, guys.
Yeah.
Jake asked if you remembered his max skip.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't remember Jape's max skip.
Jape's Mac is a minor legend, I would have to put it.
It's Rokunaya. What's up, Roku? At this point, I'm not sure if I would say strong. I'm just kind of hanging on at this point, but this is the last game, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to go as strong as I can, but I don't know. I'm feeling pumped up. I'm in my little special place playing Mario RPG, so.
And they donated a lot for some of these. We were at like 11.2K, I think. We broke the goal. All right.
I have to ask, since it's the last run of the marathon, what's the viewer count at?
Viewer count right now is just a hair under 4,000.
Okay.
Dramford, like it was just at like a little over 4,000 before, I think.
Yeah, I saw it get up to like 4,600, I think. So that's still cool.
Wait, what? Oh my god, I don't even know if we started. It can't have been that. It can't have been that long. I'm pretty sure. Guys, why are you playing the English version instead of the Japanese? People keep asking that. Thank you, Sigmamic.
Oh, they asked about this game?
Yeah.
This game, well, I wouldn't be able to do English file names with the Japanese version. I mean, that's a big thing there, but I would have had to practice the... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, this guy can just sometimes screw you and you can't do anything about it. I would have had to drill the Japanese Dr. Topper stuff again, and I just didn't have the time to do that. I missed it. That's okay. That's not a big deal. Hope he doesn't use Sleep Saucer. Okay. We're home clear.
Oh man, what direction is the chat going here? Let's see if we got any more donations in the interim. Oh, Andreas Olofsson says no Castlevania 3. If yes, this is for Cyghfer. Oh, trust me, that still counts, man. We will be doing Castlevania 3 and 4 and the 4-player TMT run. We will make it a point to stream those from the Spooky House, hopefully. Well, during the next few days while I am still in New York City, we'll get all that done for you as part of Kings of Poverty, just not at next level. So do not worry, the games weren't really cut from the schedule, just moved to another day. But they will happen with all the donation incentives and what you have for those will still count. Yes, bonus stream. We can do Skull and Crossbones. We might do Muppet Adventure. That's right.
Boy.
I have the Muppets cart with me. It could happen. Chaos at the Carnival. Look it up, people. Oh man, I'm seeing some hype for Muppets in here. I'm surprised.
God, Josh inflicted that game upon me at Awesome Games. And that I won't say any more there.
Oh, there's a good one. Muppet Adventure? But you already played Ninja Kids! Okay, that's pretty good, I gotta say. Oh, Banana Can's asking, can you ask Cyghfer if getting to Monstro Town through the sewers is useful at all?
Monstro Town through the sewers? Oh, do you mean getting to... I don't think it's Monstro Town, it's like Bean Valley or something. But no, because there's an unpassable wall or something that I mean, you can get to that area, but you can't really progress past it. And even if you could, you'd be like mincemeat for the enemies in there, so...
So yeah. The plus of doing bonus stream is that means we can add more games back into the marathon. So Skull and Crossbones would get back in and we can put in Muppet Adventures. I can do that. I can beat that game, so. Oh, Oxwas in the chat saying sewer thing is impossible. Oxwas is one of the other main gurus of this game, Tasser.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's done like all the more recent tasks. He's actually working on a 100% task, which by his definition is getting all the chests that are able to be, you know, fully taken. That's not including like the golden chest that Magic Koopa gives you. And he does that. He's gonna fight, I think, Jinx and Kulex, and you know, I think he's gonna get all the unique items in the game. So if you're interested in Mario RPG tasking, that's something to look out for. Oxbus also has the third best real-time. Oh, I didn't get the 60 coin thing. I was talking, distracting myself. But Oxbus has the third best real-time speedrun for this game after me and Raku.
Foam Oxwas, who is in this stream chat right now, Yes, that's him, Zero X Squas. Oxboss also has the world record on Kirby Superstar, and that is probably my single favorite speedrun to watch when he does it. He's a Japanese player, and he does things with plasma I didn't know were humanly possible.
Yeah, dude. I saw him do a webcam stream on his controller for plasma once, and like shit was blurring so bad you could barely even like see anything. That's how fast he was like rumbling that controller.
The estimated time for the Mario RPG run, I think 3:05 is the estimate, but this should be under 3 hours unless, depending on how the booster fight goes.
Yeah, I think it still should be under 3 hours, but I really, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen with, like, the fights where the amulet's a big thing. I don't think I should lose too much time, but I'm not going to say, like, for sure that it'll be under 3 hours. And also, we have the 3D maze to consider.
I see. I don't know of many Turrican speedrunners in general, really, because that was more of a European thing.
Yeah.
And
I know Chum likes Turrican, too, a lot. That's all I know about Turrican and speedrunning.
I mean, the thing is that, like, it seems like the European players at SDA tend to be more a PC gaming crew.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, so I don't know. Also, McKids is actually a solid game. I do know about that one. That would make an okay speedrun, I think, but I don't see myself doing that, to be honest. I wonder if I thought someone might have run that game for SDA, or at least was doing attempts on it or something. I don't remember though. The Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout, I rented that one and beat it as a kid. That's an easy game right there. So yeah, during this time, we can still take donations for the games to be played on the bonus stream. Castlevania, which would be mainly the Castlevania 3 and 4 file names. The TMNT run, realistically, I think it would have to be Art and Nerd Josh that would do that, being that it would be a Spooky House thing. Because those are the two that have gotten donations for that, Arturo and Nerd Josh, so it would most likely be them for that, the 4-player TMNT run. But Castlevania 3, character and file names, that's still open. We'll leave that open during Mario RPG here. And also file names for both games. So
I got another froggy drink compared to what I used to get just for some extra general security with this unknown booster route thing.
So we got a $50 donation for Cyghfer and Castlevania 3, so that's going to put her in the lead over Grant. Cyghfer is just a hair under $200 now at $199 compared to $166 for Grant. So we're almost to 11,000 on the chip-in. Animator Zed says, another shout out to Mizumi and Number Poverty. Both Josh and Spooky should play IAMP again. You could double the active player base. Oregon Soulfist spam has nothing on IAMP. Well, IAMP doesn't have a Twitch emote, so I rest my case. Yo, guys, for Beauty Joe, Castlevania 3 run will be on the American version because the American version's harder than the Japanese one. So it actually makes for a more impressive speedrun. I also prefer most of the music in the American version, but I'm in the minority on that one.
What the hell is that? Okay.
It might even be tomorrow, depending. I don't know, though. Here's the thing. We'll have to see how Spooky and the guys there feel.
Spooky in particular.
Spooky in particular. He has been MVP of this thing, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The Kirby Superstar speedrun by Oxwas. My suggestion there is he might have a YouTube page, but I don't know what it is. Alternately, you could check his Twitch archives.
I think his best Kirby Superstar run might be on his Nico video, actually.
Oh yeah, Oxwas is Japanese, so he has a Nico as well.
Right.
That's the other thing.
But you know what? He might say in chat where you can watch his best KSS run.
I gotta say, I think that the character limit for the file names, I think it's 8 characters in both Castlevania 3 and 4. I think, anyway.
I thought for Castlevania 4 it was shorter. Like, I thought Davis filled it up.
No, it definitely wasn't, because poverty fits in CB4.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I know that from experience.
Okay.
Poverty, so it seems like that 8 would be... 8 sounds right.
Probably 8. Seems like 8 is a popular max character limit for a lot of games.
Oh, some people are saying 7. It might actually be 7 for CB4. All right. Maybe. I don't know where I can necessarily look that up, though, on the internet.
I can't believe it's like 4 a.m. There's still people playing fighting games and shit all around.
That's like every day here. Man.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah. So character limit for Castlevania 4. Okay, for Castlevania 3, it's 8. So 8 is the character limit for Castlevania 3, and I think for 4 it might be 7.
I think the well, on the projector at least, the webcam stream is frozen. I'm not sure about the actual stream.
Oh God, help me.
Oh, wait, why is it frozen?
No, I'm just saying, like, donate for Help Me in Castlevania 3 because that's the name you put to get, like, start with 10 lives or something. Oh, shoot. The camera is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't Crystal take over 4 hours to beat Gimmick?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. That's what a normal person does in that game.
That was like about an hour of getting ruined by the stage 5 boss.
Be right back, guys. We're going to check on this camera thing. All right, Min's here, but he's going to get spooky. He doesn't want to incur the wrath, so he's just going to play it safe here. Marathon strats. Okay, so the character limit is actually 8 then, for both Castlevania 3 and 4, apparently. Character limit is 8 for the file names there, I believe. According to the chat anyway, so keep that in mind with your donations. Here we go. President J. Polk is saying CB3 file name ZoomTube. As one of the 5 other Swords and Serpents fans on the earth, I definitely appreciate this one.
Definitely see more than 5 viewers in Feasel streams when he's doing that.
Because it's Feasel.
True.
Feasel with the webcam now, no less.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Alright, so right now we're
I guess we switched to the webcam above the TV.
let's see. We're working on this, yo. Yeah, there's that, I guess. Alright. So we got it fixed somehow. I don't know how, but it's fixed. Anyway, so yes, let's see the amounts for ZoomTube and Castlevania 3. The thing is, let me see. $12 for ZoomTube, Castlevania 3 file name. However, Cyghfer is currently still in the lead for that one with $100. $100 for Cyghfer in the Castlevania 3 file name. Castlevania 4 file name, I don't know if I missed any. The only one I have here is $15 for Air Guys. I don't know if I may have missed any others.
This is my favorite song in the game, by the way.
Alright. I only saw one with the comment here. Someone to name it in Enigma. So let's see. That's $3. So for Castlevania 4, we have $3 for Enigma and $15 for Air Guys. That's the current status on Castlevania 4 file name. So that is donations for that are still open during Mario RPG, since this will be bonus stream stuff. Oh wow, we got another one for ZoomTube and Castlevania 3. Might this be the beginning of another comeback here? Yeah, $25 for ZoomTube, alright. So we're getting something started with that now, it appears. That's at 37. 37 for ZoomTube, Cyghfer is at 100. At any rate, we are just $23 short of reaching 11K on the chip-in, which frankly I still can't believe, so thank you so very much, everybody.
So this battle, or this strat that I'm using right now, is actually something I just came up with within the past week. You can actually skip using one of the Geno beams during that phase and replace it with a normal Geno attack, and you'll still have enough to kill Bowyer, as long as you give Mallow the POW boost for level 3 and 4 level ups. So he should die here. There you go. And that saves probably a couple seconds over what I used to do.
Yeah, this game is planned out to a pretty ridiculous degree. A lot of these battles have like they seem to have like really scripted stuff to them that lets you really plan out concrete strats for them.
Yeah. A little while ago, I took this game to like the Excel spreadsheet level, and I like planned out every numerical aspect. I think there might be still some like some battles that are like really RNG dependent that I need to kind of figure out more exact stuff for, like the Tsar Dragon fight. Other than that, this game is like very planned out. It's very optimized. But you know, there's still stuff to find. Like I didn't realize this thing where you could replace the Geno Beam with a normal attack until very recently.
On each, how does experience and level up work in this game? Experience is pretty standard, but on a level up, you can pick which stat to give a bonus to.
Right, and there's an extra aspect to the bonuses. On an exact site, like it's a specific cycle of levels where a bonus for a particular stat will give you more than the normal amount you would normally get from giving that stat a bonus. Like for example, on I think level 3, if you gave someone a special up bonus, they'd get 2 or 3 extra special attack, compared to only 1 for levels 4 or 5, and then that continues like level 6, you get the extra special bonus, and so on and so forth. Oh yeah, and as I'm about to head into the mountain area, I have to give a well-deserved shout-out to Hammered Mantis. I'm sure a bunch of people in the chat will get that joke.
Well, guys, I will say, I am the one in charge of the donation money for this, actually. It is not Spooky. This Kings of Poverty PayPal account that's handling all the money here, I'm the one running that account. All the money will go to Rainn, guaranteed. And pretty much, yeah, that's that. And I also have the on-site donations. I have those kept track of. And we'll take care of all that. Small plays, no. The extra money, any extra money we get, like any money, anything, any donations, anything that we get in this account is all going to Rainn. We will keep none of it. Guaranteed.
This battle just sucks, and I could go into explaining why, but I'll just leave it at it sucks. Oh, that's lucky, actually. Geno's the only one who won't die in one hit to a bomb from this guy. Wow, very lucky first phase.
Face touch, this is the last game, so I could go that much longer here, buddy. I'm in for this. I've never drank coffee in my life, actually. I just can't stand it.
Really? You've never drank it in your... Wow.
I have never had coffee. I hate soda, too. I can't stand any of that. I am Aquaman. Stabby, we did have one thing to raffle off that was one of the Skillionaire t-shirts from Rithley. This was all really last minute, like I mentioned.
Oh yeah, baby, I got the flower box.
Cool.
That's really cool. That's a 25% chance.
Yep. So like I mentioned before, this whole marathon was planned pretty much about as last minute as you can get for something at this level. And the prizes were one of the last things to get figured out.
Probably the last.
Adela, I cannot say for sure yet when the Team Spooky games will be played on stream. I personally would like to do them tomorrow because it would feel like, there'd be some, continuation there, just being the day after this marathon. But, we'll see how it goes. I don't really want to step on Vic's toes. As Spooky as tireless as he has been through all this, if he doesn't want to do it tomorrow, we're not doing it tomorrow. And I know Wednesday's big too, so we'll try to make sure it'll be sometime this week while I'm still in New York.
All right, I gotta make sure to give Gino 2 HP boosts so he can survive Yaradovic's Water Blast.
Dana, the mystery tournaments are so friggin' hard to run, man. I mean, you saw how much time we lost to delays on that. Like, that was far and away the single biggest time loss for us in this thing, was the mystery tournament.
Yeah.
Hands down.
We didn't really lose that much time during the Speedrun Marathon.
Second stream that keeps track of donation incentives. Yeah, we talked about that, but I think Vic didn't really want to go for that. But again, this is all stuff to discuss for next time. Bad Street Brawler and Maximum Carnage were your favorites? Well, I'm very glad to hear that. Those are some of my favorites as well. Remember, it appears that for Awesome Games Done Quick next year, I believe Maximum Carnage can be into the marathon if you donate for it. It is not in the lineup in the beginning, but it'll be like a donation game that you can add in. Castlevania 4 might be the same way, actually. So donate for both of those at Awesome Games Done Quick, and you can get those in, I do believe. That's what Uyama last said, anyway. I don't know if it's still the same case now. So, again, don't take my word for it totally, but that was what I had heard last thing. Oh, there's Uyama in the chat. Hello, Mike Uyama, and thank you very much. Oh, hey, Star Ocean 3 was my favorite run of the stream. Thank you very much, Mage. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, definitely feel happy people enjoyed that because I know that's a game Withheld has put some time into for sure. Here's the thing, King's Bounty usually isn't broken. Withheld can beat that game in around, half an hour, 35 minutes, something like that. I mean, just as an estimate from what I can know for a normal time, this was just some of the worst luck I've ever seen in that game. Yeah. This time.
I can verify that as well. That was just atrocious luck.
Miz, Wolf 3D will never happen. Not as long as Episode 6 exists, buddy.
Oh, boy. Okay, I'm fine. Sandstorm. 1/8 chance every turn. So it's got to come out sometimes. And what's funny is that he only has enough FP to use it once. And sometimes you get those rare battles where he wants to use it 2 or 3 times. And then that message comes up, monster is out of FP. And that message stays on the screen for at least a good 3 seconds or something. So it's kind of just rubbing it in your face when he wants to use it more than once. It's really annoying. Now, I know this is going to be disappointing to some, but The L and R buttons on this current controller I'm using, since I just replaced the plastic pads underneath the buttons of this controller, the L and R buttons barely work, so I'm going to mash them as hard as I can to do the horn stuff during the minecart, but it's probably not going to be that much. I'll try and get it in there a little bit, though. We're getting closer to the big moment of this run. It'll be in the next area where I fight Booster.
For people, I've seen a couple complaints about Link to the Past not being the greatest game to watch. For that, I would say definitely check out Crystal.
Yeah.
Before you say something like that, because that's frankly a whole different level from what we saw here.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I think Cyghfer would tell you the same thing.
Oh yeah, no, I'll say that my run was it was pretty crap, like because of the big mistakes I made. Even though like I did do a lot of things well in that run. You really have to watch one of Crystal's runs to like see what can truly be done in that game. And don't take my run in this marathon as like a standard for what runs of that game are like at all. Oh, they're kind of working well, apparently.
EMP dumpster diving, yes. In fact, we have broken 11K now, so we are well past our goal. I really thought there was a chance we wouldn't make the goal at first, so for that, I'm very, very happy.
Suddenly they're working fine. I don't know what's going on here.
To be honest, the complaints about dashing, I understand it somewhat, but it kind of reminds me of it. I've seen people say, like, oh, Castlevania is so stupid. All you do is walk and jump and hit things and climb stairs. Like, you can say that about every game if you break it down to that level, man. Come on.
I don't know what's going on here. My L&R buttons are suddenly all dandy.
Of course, there's a God Bless the Ring username on Twitch
God,
now.
What was that? That's...
Yes, I'm awake. God bless the ring.
Oh, man. Braked a little too late there.
Why would you be surprised at Art showing up for that? That is such an Arturo thing, man. The estimate for this run is 3 hours and 5 minutes, but the booster donation is going to throw a bit of a wrench into things, so this will be really interesting to see how it plays out. We are venturing into uncharted waters with this game now.
Yeah, no one's really done any kind of runs that fight Booster. I mean, it is faster for TAS because the TAS basically manipulates rock candies and like does the battle in 4 turns because it just uses rock candies. And I guess it does end up being faster than the whole curtain minigame when you do that normally.
M-Rent or Mr. Ent, is this the last game of the marathon? Well, yes and no. This is the last game of our time here at Next Level. However, this is not actually the last game of Kings of Poverty. We still have to do Castlevania 3 and 4, and the 4-player TMNT run with the guys from Team Spooky. So all of that will be done while I'm still in New York, and it will be on the Team Spooky stream, and we will finish all that stuff out. All your donation incentives and everything, those will still count toward those runs, and we'll still take donations during that time if you so desire. So it'll be kind of an extended marathon. Basically, it's like how Speedruns Archive, after their marathons, they do a few days of bonus streaming, and this will be like that. It'll basically be like a bonus stream. Also, expect some Skull and Crossbones and a Muppet Adventure on the bonus stream. The true poverty. Like, even truer poverty than anything I've played in this marathon, to give you an idea. Bad Street Brawler, not the truest of poverty. The best Donkey Kong Country speedrunners, the Japanese.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Riz. That's all that's got to be said there.
Yep. Riz is the man. here's the thing. Caveman games is actually really fun if you know the controls. Like, if you have the manual with you and you read it before you play, I still think that game is pretty damn fun. But we didn't have the benefit of knowing the controls going into this. So, call me crazy, but I like the Jim Power run? Well, thank you very much. Jim Power is definitely not easy to handle in general with those backgrounds, but especially with the 3D effect from the glasses. Oh man, you really got to have an iron stomach to especially speedrun that game with all that going on. Cutthroat Island was kind of bad. I actually game over it on my first run, but then I got a decent 100% run on my second try. Twig, DKC2 is the main one I know about. I don't really know what DKC1 is like these days.
DKC1, I think Riz is... I think people agree he has, like, the best time. The problem with DKC1 is that there is significant differences between the Japanese and American versions, because the Japanese version has fewer enemies, and you gain speed as you roll through more enemies, so you want... Like, the American version is faster, actually, I think. And, so I think Riz has, like, the accepted fastest time there. But the thing is, Riz doesn't even go for any of the jump rolls, which are, like, the big tricks in that. It's the big trick in that game, pretty much. So I think there's still a lot more that can be done with that game for someone who's really dedicated. Riz actually broke his fairly long-standing DKC2 record, like, last week or something. He got, like, a 42.22, I think. He had a 42.27 for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, we are officially just a hair over 11,000 in the chip-in, which means we're at something like 11,330-ish total. So, still getting up there and well past the goal. Thank you very much. All donations past the goal will also go to Rainn. We will keep none of this money, guaranteed. All for charity.
Come on.
I didn't look at chip-in a while, so that might be kind of old. If so, I apologize. Again, donations are still open for the Castlevania 3 and 4 file names for when I run those in the bonus stream. As well as the Castlevania 3 character choice. I should have mentioned that. Castlevania 3 character choice is currently at $199 for Cyghfer and $166 for Grant. Alucard is sitting at 99 cents. Poor Alucard. But then he has Soden, so, you know, I don't think he really has the right to be playing.
Oh, come on. What was that? I hate that door sometimes just doesn't want to open, even though you're right there, running into it, pressing the button to open it.
This is really more like 10K in 2 days, guys. Well, I don't think we streamed for like 48 hours exactly.
1.5 days, I'd say.
1.5 days, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. PJ DeCaesar is your man for that game at the moment. Koreshi has the world record on it, but PJ is working on running Super Ghouls and Ghosts with the torch, because it turns out that that's actually faster than the dagger. That is amazing to watch.
I'm going to save here just to make sure that, you know, no shenanigans happen.
I mean,
but,
here's the thing. So, can you speedrun a Legend of Dragoon? Yes, you can. I mean, PJ, the same person as Super Ghouls and Ghosts, he also did a single segment run of the 7th Saga for Twin Galaxies to get a speedrun record on that. I think it was like 11 or 12 hours or something.
All right, this is the big moment.
Here we go, guys.
Is it.
This is what your $1,000 went toward here, Stream Monsters.
I did actually practice timing Booster's normal attack a little bit, so we'll see if I can manage to do that once. Other than that, though, I mean, he has Loco Express, which is unblockable and will destroy any party member pretty much. I think he has another attack. I can't remember what it is. This is the only time where I'm not going to have to worry about getting caught by snippets. I want to get caught by them 3 times in a row, which will activate the booster fight. What? Oh, you know, I already forgot to switch to Bowser. It's okay. It's okay. Mario's the main damage dealer, so.
Here's the thing. It is faster to not fight Booster here, but we raised $1,000 specifically to fight Booster.
Yeah.
So it's happening, guys.
Oh man, oh man.
Star Ocean 2 is amazing. Pear into Peaches. Need to make that a hashtag.
All right,
But then
so some people might be surprised at what I'm going to do here, but I am going to use the rock candy on the 3 snippets because it kills them all in one shot, and it's way longer without it. Okay.
Crawd has advanced forward. Shouts to the Claude.
I did it.
Yeah.
Now, I should have Bowser in this fight, which shows how, like, I'm totally just, like, mindfucked doing this in the first place, but, it should be fine. Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, he's defending and he's still dead. Like, look at that shit.
I will say,
Oh,
as far as PlayStation RPGs, I'm always going to say, my favorite RPG ever, Valkyrie Profile. Valkyrie Profile was actually the first game I speedran, and got records on for SDA. True story. But yes.
So yeah, Booster is a beast. I need him to use his normal attack. Oh my god, dude.
Oh man.
Withheld
Whoa.
loving this. Withheld sad. Oh man. There we go.
Y'all
Booster,
did.
I did it, man. I did it. Alright, but I did get 145 coins and some experience out of that. So, it's not like we totally lost everything just for fighting. Oh, wait, no. Now, I don't have the amulet for this fight, so... yeah, okay.
Get used to it.
Yeah, I gotta get used to this. This is the first fight where not having the amulet really sucks.
Bowser putting him in the Terradome right now. That fear condition. So what does fear do again exactly? I don't even remember.
Fear is actually extremely powerful. It halves the amount of damage that a guy does, and it doubles the amount of damage they take. Or it might be the other way around. Yeah, it halves the amount of damage they deal, and doubles the amount of damage they... well, whatever. You get it.
Yeah. So what exactly does the amulet do again, for those who may not know?
The amulet increases all stats by 7, but it decreases speed by 5. And that speed decrease is actually very important for certain battles, so it's actually, that's probably the more important aspect of it, I'd say, the speed decrease, because it lets you get more favorable turn orders for certain battles, like the King Calamari fight. But definitely the stat boosts are useful in a lot of battles as well. Like the Bunt fight, the amulet is very useful on Geno because it helps him survive Bunt shit. So I'm gonna save before that battle as well because it's a greater risk than normal even that I'm gonna game over. just from no fault of my own.
The interesting, well, what makes Booster so interesting is that nobody ever fights Booster in a Mario RPG speedrun, and nobody really knows a route that would involve fighting him. So this is going to take some improvising since you sacrifice the amulet by fighting him.
Yeah.
That's kind of where things get interesting.
Like, it sounds like a minor thing, but the amulet is used on someone in most of the battles in the game, honestly, once you get it.
People sound really worried about the bunt fight.
The bunt fight, I think I have, actually, I should probably go buy pick-me-ups first, yeah, and then I'll go fight bunts. Because I think I used all my pick-me-ups in the, I think I still have one pick-me-up left, but I'm going to go buy pick-me-ups anyway. Come on. Sometimes they have screwy hitboxes that just like to fuck you over. Oh, and they didn't even give me a final. Alright, that should still be like 11 or 12, which is fine. I think it was 11. It might be 10. Yeah, 11. Okay. Hope they sell pick-me-ups at the Marymore Inn. I think they do. I'd like to buy some things. Oh, they don't. Whatever, I'll just save. Wait, let me just check. I have a pick-me-up. Okay, I have one. That should be fine. Oh, that's right.
Yes, Mike Uyama does run Sunset Riders and has recently submitted a run of that to SDA. He got that no-death run he was looking for quite some time. And I'm real glad. That's a game that deserves it. Yeah, they fought Booster already. That goal was hit. The battle was won in the first try. See if we get any more donations in here. Not at the moment. I understand it's late for y'all. Just to let you know, this will be your last chance, I believe, to donate for Castlevania 3 stuff, possibly. So for Castlevania 3, donations are still open for the character choice as well as the file name. File name is $100 for Cyghfer and $37 for ZoomTube. Castlevania 3 character choice is $199 for Cypher, $166 for Grant. Alucard, not really a factor at the moment, 99 cents for him. And Castlevania 4 file name is $15 for Erguys and $3 for Enigma. Cool, Yama. Sunset Riders. Yes. Well, thank you very much for the correction. And I should go click that, give you some views on that one. 'Cause, yeah, I think I was in the stream when he got that run.
What is he doing? All right.
Yeah, only Spooky can post links in here. Like, this seems to be a general Twitch thing where, like, you can set it so that, like, only the broadcaster can post links, and they don't have a setting where you can, like, give that to mods as well. Only the broadcaster. And the broadcaster is out at the moment. Oh, okay. Banana can explaining this. So, I think if you want to have mods post links, you need to have a bot on the IRC channel. Okay, that's good to know.
It's strange.
Of course, people are hyped for me to get on Spooky's computer. Of course. Not happening, man. So, I remember that this fight used to be really scary for you. How much is it so now still?
It's kind of scary because Gino is weaker without the amulet, and I only have one pick-me-up. I did buy those mid-mushrooms, but if I got really shitty luck, there's still a possibility of game overing, like repeated diamond saws and shit.
Alright, it's cool. It's cool. Nightmare on Elm Street 4-player co-op. I actually made the first task of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Did you? Really?
It was single player though. I didn't do 4-player one.
Wow.
But yes, I did. It was never on task videos because then they were doing the 4-player one. But I did it.
Good.
That's a game that's surprisingly not terrible. Mario RPG only has like 2 hours left of that.
Alright, I should be home clear now.
Nerd Josh is playing Alpha 3, just for the record, guys. They're still grinding that 18-in-1 board that they got at next level here. I think I heard some Street Fighter EX earlier on there. I should have gotten into that. Sandstorm, what is this, 1998? Not 98, this is John Choi, clearly.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's a pretty fantastic username and comment combo right there. What is Street Fighter EX? Skullo Dream 2012.
We got through it.
But yes, we survived the bunt fight. Any chance for a Shin Megami Tensei speedrun? Don't those games take absolutely forever? I know the Persona games do at least. That's why they've never been an SDA marathon for a good reason.
I think Rom said he's going to run Digital Devil Saga or one of those. Like he's going to run it sometime. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen or when that's going to happen.
So, let me think. How did I get the name Josh the Funk Doc? Kind of a boring story, actually. Believe it or not, I did make it up for myself. Someone actually started calling me that when I was 13 and hanging out on a Castlevania 3 fan site back in the day. So yes, it got the game that I run now is the game that actually gave me that username indirectly. I tried to get rid of it at one point, but it's stuck. I can't get rid of it, then I think I've come to accept it now. I'm fine with Funk Doc, especially since my musical tastes have expanded in recent years. The username's a little bit more fitting now than it used to be. Anyway, enough about me, back to the Mario RPG.
Trying to think. Next big boss battle is King Calamari. That's going to be interesting because I'm not going to get the turn order I usually get, which means I'm going to be met with a lot more attacks, I think, than I usually am. But it still shouldn't be a problem.
EMP Dumpster Diving, close. Actually, I am Quickscope Sephiroth. That was my alternate name. Nah, not really. I know people who know that guy in real life. They had a whole crew. He had a whole crew with him that had just the most Xbox Live names playing Mortal Kombat. Good times. Top 16 at MLG. Yoshi's Island. Guonam. There is a pretty big scene for Yoshi's Island speedrunning, and Trihex has become one of the more famous speedrunning streamers in recent times. Carl Sagan42 has also put in a lot of work on that game and probably is the better overall player. And there's also Kaede, the Japanese record holder. So there's been...
Yoshi's just been picking up more and more steam because I know that EXO, who, you know, is known for holding a lot of NES records and stuff, as well as Meat Boy, he has expressed interest in getting into that game sometime, and Crystal, you know, Best Links of the Past player, also wants to get into the game sometime as well. So, and definitely the current record is very improvable still. There's a lot of territory left to be explored in that game.
Josh, how is the cabinet set up that you can have 3 games in it? I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's it's the 18-in-1 board at Next Level. I mean, I get the basic idea of what it is, but I can't really explain. Although SK just posted a link, and it's has some spaces in it, so you should be able to see it and paste it in and make it an actual link. Thank you very much, Sao Tome Kaneda. If there's another Kings of Poverty, you got to be there, man. You got to make it happen. Cyghfer X, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love, all the donations, everybody. Crystal has the unofficial world record on A Link to the Past. Like, it's on emulator, but it's just it's so far ahead of anybody else that really it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even though emulator does have a speed advantage. SK, if we did
it actually doesn't. Console actually runs very slightly faster than emulator, than most emulators. I think, like they're generally comparable, really. At least the Crystal's record, the 126.06, that we think might be, if it was done on console and she had done like all the same stuff, theoretically that would have been a 125. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. She has all the records for sure.
Man, y'all got to realize, like, you're like mentioning all these games for speedrunning like you're joking when most of them really do exist. I mean, Speed Demo's Archive has a whole thing called the Bad Game Exchange. People have to trade the worst games they own, and they have to get a record on them for the site. That's how the world learned about Mohawk and Headphone Jack.
Oh, yeah.
And Metal Morph. Metal Morph is the game that's banned from it. And many other such classics. Lagoon, Draken. SDA people speedrun all kinds of crap you probably never heard of. PJ can speedrun Draken, Jose, and he has done it before. Well, yeah, but PJ's not the only one. I mean, Ultra J-Man has the record on Castle of Dragon, for God's sake. That is a... wow.
Josh tasked that game as well.
Yes.
I do know that.
That was my first ever task, actually.
Yeah.
Castle of Dragon, you know. I didn't even frame advance in that one, and it stayed on the site until like a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Metal Morph was at this marathon. It was one of the choices for Mystery Tournament, but it didn't win. And I feel like I could have taken it if Metal Morph had won.
Oh, it's...
Withheld. How? Did you really never play Heavy Nova before? Because... what? Yo, friggin' you are like... you are better at life than all of Mizumi combined. Not that that's like a revelation or anything, but, you know. Kings of Poverty, indeed. There is somebody working on Dark Souls speedruns. I think it's like, it's Thanatos, but I forget what the channel spell. It's like L, the letter L, like L Thanatos L or something like that on Twitch, who's been speedrunning Dark Souls recently.
Oh, what did I do that for? Considering that I fought Booster, this actually is pretty good time getting to Star Hill. There haven't really been any big hang-ups. I got into like one random encounter, I think, and I don't know. My boss luck's been pretty good. Oh, I'm just totally forgetting the routing here. Wow. Oh, come on. These stars can be somewhat finicky.
Dana, I am not the person to ask about C64. I know very, very little about the C64, Amiga, any of that stuff, really, except as it relates to Bad Street Brawler. Cool Spot would make a solid speedrun, actually. I'm surprised nobody's done that yet. People have done...
People have offered it for marathons, I think. But is there no SDA run, really?
There's no SDA run in Cool Spot, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. That is surprising.
Atretus, I can't say for sure about Kings of Poverty 2, but I will say this. If there is another event like this, it will definitely not be within this year. It'll be something I definitely want to plan out more. I want to plan out much better in advance, and it definitely would not be until next year at some time. The map light, I said Metal Morph was banned from the Bad Game Exchange. Like, somebody could run that game and get it onto SDA, just you're not allowed to use that for the exchange. It's too poor for that. Reeboks, I can't say for sure about Castlevania 3 because we had to move, like, the games being played by the people at the Spooky House, those are getting moved. And then the rest of the players, their games are getting finished now. But again, I cannot guarantee Kings of Poverty 2. I'm just saying, if it does happen, then it will be quite a while from now. I mean, we've seen what we can do on the shortest notice possible, just about, and I really want to see what we can go with, like, much stronger planning going into it, so we'll see. The map light, Metal Morph truly is that bad. I had it in the Mystery Tournament for a reason. Because, you had, like, the poorest of the SNES versus the poorest of the Genesis.
Oh, yeah,
that was the winner's finals.
Yeah, I'm taking this slow because this menu isn't exactly the same as I'm used to. Keep that on.
Uranium Anchor. Have you played Heavy Nova yet? If not, you need to. Also, Phoenix Strike Ballistics is amazing, and I am so sad we couldn't emulate that game right. That was one of withheld suggestions, actually. And that was one of the games I was most hyped to see. We don't have 3D Zelda players here. Like I said, this is Kings of Poverty, not Kings of speedruns you see like 10 people do at any given moment on Twitch.
I mean, we were really limited by people who live, near in the area.
Yeah, because this was such a small. This is kind of a smaller. This wasn't meant to be even really this big necessarily. Like, kind of thinking about maybe just a smaller thing to start even, and just having it only be 4 players and just people who are more local to the area, meaning that we weren't going to get a lot of like the OT or Mario 64 type players. Alec Kermit can speedrun Superman 64, and he's tried to get that into the SDA Marathon. They're scared because of how long that game is, though. That's kind of the issue there.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's worth it just because, well, it's Superman 64, but...
I think it is just like a really boring watch, though, outside of the Superman 64 aspect. Come on.
Here's the thing, though, missing score. You know, with SDA especially, like, you have to be really careful in thinking about, you know, what would work in entertaining the audience. So, you know, there's some games that are well known, but are just not, you know, they don't translate well to stream. We've learned that the hard way for some games here.
Oh, I have to do the 3D Maze. Is it this one? No, it's not. Okay.
We totally don't get paid, guys. We really ain't esports. This isn't Siglimic here.
I'm back here. Okay. Like I said, I did not practice this going into the marathon.
If you want to save your friends, solve my 3-dimensional maze.
No, I'm still on the ground, aren't I? Yeah, fucking... I don't know the trick. Like, I have completed this before. I just, like... It was just by accident, and I don't know the trick to getting onto the middle level of this.
People donated $50, so he's gonna try to do it, but...
Yeah. If it takes too long, then I'll just go on. But I'll try my hardest to do this. Like, I know... There's, like, I'm missing something. There's something here that I'm just, like, I can't see right now, but it's really obvious to everyone else, probably. I'm still on the bottom.
What is the worst game you ever played? For me, I still want to say Heavy Nova is way up there for me. You would, Withheld. You would like that game. Oh, Flo is saying go left. I think Flo's giving hints here.
Oh, see, okay, thanks, Flo. I'm going left, man, but like, here I am, I'm left, and I'm still on the bottom, I think. Yeah, here I am.
Alright. You can pretty much stop this whenever, I think. We've been trying for a little while now.
Okay. Yeah. That's what you get.
Yo,
that's what I get for not practicing.
Yo, Twig still bodies you a 3D maze.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
I'll totally concede that. And I'm sure I'm not gonna hear an endless stream of Twig floating over me. Wait, what am I? Okay. Oh, this should be interesting. Mario has 1 HP, okay. What? See, I don't know what the fuck this turn order is.
Do I play AE or Marvel? Hell no, I don't. I'm most interested in Persona of the games out right now. I would still play Mortal Kombat if anyone else in my area did at all. The time estimate for this game was 3 hours and 5 minutes. We'll see how that plays out. Cosmic Race, I approve of that suggestion. Especially coming from one guy, Kazama. The Tofu Shop, you know what's really sad in MK9? I play Kano, and I do better with Kano than I do with Kenshi. I must be like the only person in the world that's the case for.
You know, I'm just gonna super jump this guy.
Zurst, Captain Novolin was one of the off-stream losers matches for the mystery tournament. So Captain Novolin did get played. Your wish has been granted.
Yeah, he's a little more damage. Mario's dead. Should be dead with this attack. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get this Kuro Cola.
Bible Adventures was also an off-stream match in the mystery tournament, so... for games that have already been used, I don't really think it would be good form to reuse them in another mystery tournament, but we'll see.
This jump over the skeleton is like 2 frames to get past him, by the way. I think. It's either 2 or 3.
I'm glad y'all are talking about AGDQ here. That is Speed Demos Archive's big event. And pretty much the gold standard for these kind of speedrunning charity marathons at this point. So we have a current game list for next year's, and I personally will be attending, doing my thing there, so will Cyghfer. And I believe, I'm not sure, Dram and Withheld, I think are both going?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, everybody in this will be there.
Oh my goodness.
V-Game T, yes. Saga Frontier running a marathon. I would try that if like anybody cared about watching it. I would do it. All the quests in one go.
Saga Frontier.
The Saga Frontier marathon. The one game literally is the marathon. There has been no Contra in this marathon. We don't have the Contra players here. Although, we do have Contra players not too far from here. We have some in the Washington, D.C. area. We have Mike Uyama, and now Herblat, I believe, is going to school in that area, too. In fact, they've done streams together recently. So those are some of the top Contra players out there. But yeah, Saga Frontier, that game was my shit back in the day. That was when everybody else on the internet hated on it constantly. I was all over that. That's probably the RPG, other than like Valkyrie Profile, that I've just spent the most time absolutely like obsessing over and figuring out every aspect of the engine. Nobody has a run of CDI Zelda yet. Also, you have to actually own a CDI to do an SDA. Because
Console will do it eventually.
yeah, SDA does not take emulator runs for those who don't know. So
yeah, he just needs to war pants, right?
there any speedrunners in the Chicago area? Cosmo.
Yeah,
Cosmo's in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
Rom Scout, I don't think lives there anymore. He used to. Although I don't know where he's at these days. Rom Scout is the current Soten world record holder with the full-on out-of-bounds glitch abusing category, aka the dumb one. Speed Demo's archive does not take emulated runs because, you know, they prefer to, you know, keep it to original console. They're kind of influenced by Twin Galaxies in that regard, using the original hardware as the standard. And a lot of games do have pretty significant differences in speed on emulator versus console. Oh, so Rom Scout is back in Chicago. He was on the West Coast at one point, but yeah. Oh, Cassie's in Chicago as well? I forgot about that. Dang. Peaches is in Wisconsin. Oh, Peaches, the world record holder on Blast Core. Another one of my favorites in a stream I highly recommend. Also has the world record on Kid Chameleon.
Wow, that's so stupid. Whatever.
Scat has the worst name for a game ever. I don't know if that one can beat Fat Bobby. I'll say that.
You know, I might as well just attack him at this point.
But yes, here we go.
Alright, that was 100, but he's not going to die because of the amulet thing. I changed up the strat a little bit. So I'm going to use...
There you go, guys. Even though this isn't exactly a perfect strat, I mean, as far as the strat goes, we still got the 100 super jumps on the first try, so guaranteed getting the super suit now. Most broken thing in the game, pretty much.
I think this should kill him. Let's see. Okay.
There we go. So we still got to skip the cutscene where Johnny takes Mario one-on-one, which is the main point of using super jumps there. Yo, Mario RPG hype. Plus you guys. I always enjoy chatting with the monsters since for a marathon like this, you generally don't get to do that all that often, but it seems like that's kind of the direction this has taken, and it's much more natural to me on my own stream.
Yeah, it's a more personal marathon.
On my own stream, you know, I'm always kind of talking back and forth with the chat. That's the main thing that keeps me going a lot of the time. So that's what got me hyped now. Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mage is your go-to guy for that. He has the record on that game, and he's a beast at it. Yes, you still get the attack scarf along with the super suits if you get the 100 jumps the first try.
Shouldn't need to save on Yaradovic.
Missing score. Turtles didn't happen, dude. You didn't miss that. But you did miss Link to the Past. Flo easily won the file name for Zelda, and we also hit the Flo donation challenge, so he will be doing some sort of special stream to later today, technically. Negator's The Star Ocean 3 run is really good. I've heard a lot of love for that in the chat here. So that's worth checking out in the archives for sure. Shwaramuta, that's because speedrunning community, like almost everybody in speedrunning streams. Like everybody has a stream practically, so if you're a monster, you can just get to know everybody. And it's a lot more personal atmosphere than even like a fighting game top player stream, so you can just chat with the guys and get to know them and chill with them. So pretty much that.
My body's so run down. We got to do this past this last hour and a half.
Muppet Adventure will be coming on the bonus stream whenever we get that started. Follow my Twitter. I am also SRK Funkdoc on Twitter. I'll post updates there. So I will let you know when this bonus stream for Kings of Poverty is happening, when we can finish Castlevania 3 and 4, and the 4-player TMNT run, as well as some other bonus games, Skull and Crossbones, which was originally on the schedule for this, and Muppet Adventure, Chaos at the Carnival. Yeah. I'm glad you all are cool with Withheld here, because I kind of felt bad after like the King's Bounty plus Holy Diver combo earlier, so I'm glad to be seeing a lot of love for the Star Ocean 3 run. Of course, the Mystery Tournament, the Kings and Queens of Poverty. Yes, indeed. You bought Bad Street Brawler on Amazon? Good for you. That game is seriously still fun to me. King's Bounty, the thing with that is, the whole game is just so random that you never know if you're going to find that one chest that has like the piece of the map that lets you go to the next continent or whatever. At least from what I understand. I mean, Withheld obviously could explain a lot more about that game. Speedrun Dragon's Lair at NES. I've thought about that occasionally. I actually found damage boosts in SNES, Dragon's Lair, while I was randomly playing that on stream one time.
Sure, Feasel will do it eventually.
The Fees would be the man to do it. Feasel is currently speedrunning Renegade, to give you an idea. Also, Swords and Serpents, the old NES dungeon crawler. All right. Peaches actually does speedrun Quest 64, buddy. All these games are suggesting, man, people actually already run them.
Yeah. You gotta dig into, like, some of the really, like, Eurocentric, like, home PC stuff to get to stuff where speedrunners haven't touched those games at all. But if you're talking, like, NES, Genesis, Super Nintendo, then there's a really good chance that someone's, you know, already tried to speedrun it.
PJ is the realest of poverty speedrunners. If you liked a lot of the stuff in this stream, that is the man to follow. Feasel as well. Ultra J Man does a lot of really bad games. And obviously me. And there's others out there too. Mecha Richter can do like Treasure Master. He can run that game in one shot. Mecha Richter. Mecha Richter can also 1cc Silver Surfer. Yeah, Deathly Red, the Gym Power run. That was fun, I gotta say.
Now, I think I will be doing 2 death abuses here just to be safe with this, no amulet thing going on. Normally, I'd only do 1 death abuse because it's quite a bit faster, but I would like to have the extra buffer and stats.
NES Batman is friggin' awesome, man. I never included that in the bad games I speedrun. I mean, I've done Cutthroat Island, Skull and Crossbones, Gym Power, Bad Street Brawler. Even though I like Bad Street Brawler and I kind of like Cutthroat still. Yeah. Batman is definitely not those games. That's right, the Sunday Sequence Break. The Sunday Sequence Break is a speedrunning podcast every Sunday night. PJ, Feasel, and Flicky have been working on that and host it every week. And they each week they cover a different game and have the runners of the game interviewed, basically do a Q&A on the game. And they also give updates on any new world records. The Power Glove game was really fun for me. We actually got the Power Glove to kind of sort of work. About as well as you can get a Power Glove to work anyway. And I actually beat the first stage of Bad Street Brawler with it. Almost made it through stage 2 as well.
Oh, really? Oh, come on.
People aren't going to speedrun shmups, man. You're not going to see an Axel A speedrun. Although there are Star Fox speedruns. Those do exist. I know that much.
The closest you'll see to a shmup speedrun is like a shoot the bullet speedrun, which that does exist out there. There's like a really sick 85 scene speedrun that's on Nico Video that Chum has talked very highly of, with Held as well.
Laserhawk. Yes, Annie Meowsers has worked on speedrunning Goemon 64, I do believe. Annie has done a lot of work on a lot of random N64 stuff. Falcare? I'm not sure. Speedruns Live probably did something like that at some point, but I wouldn't know necessarily, as like a race idea.
What's he asking?
About if anyone does combination speedruns, like do OOT, then Wind Waker right after.
Oh yeah, actually Speedruns Live recently, I think it was Ring Rush who developed this, but there's this new multi-game bingo, I think, and there have been multi-game races happening for a long time now, so yeah, I mean you can do that kind of thing in Speedruns Live as well.
Anyone who speedruns Genesis games, SDA is really lacking in Genesis rep, to be honest.
Did I?
But we have a few dedicated Sega players. Mike89 is probably the most famous one. He does a lot of Sonic speedruns, has also worked on Vector Man. Mike Uyama has done a lot of Genesis games. And Joe Stansky, although Stansky hasn't been active in quite some time.
Too busy with poker.
Poker. Stansky is in the Poker Vortex.
Yeah.
It's not a fun one. I've been there before. It's funny, I said, I bet he wishes he could quit every day of his life. And then Uyama goes, yep, you're more right than you realize. Because I played poker. I know the poker scene. I know how it is, man. That is a true vortex right there. Not a happy one. Yes, NES Athena race. I'm glad someone brought that up. People do speedrun Rocket Knight Adventures, and we even had a 3-way race for that in the first Awesome Games Done Quick. Next level, the games are on free play. You have to pay a $10 fee for the whole day, but then the machines are free play. Yes, Ernest Evans, Uyama is speedrunning Ernest Evans for Awful Games Done Quick, which is a part of Awesome Games Done Quick, but it's its own block of it. Oh, Cool Kid, Cool Kid. You want to talk about Kings of Poverty? That's one right there. Big shouts to Cool Kid. I've never seen Ultima speedruns, but I know there are Dragon Warrior speedruns. And yeah, I totally agree with Uyama on that one. Like, here's the thing. Ernest Evans isn't really a bad game, but then neither is the Ninja Kids. They both just look poor. Awful Games Done Quick has sort of become this catch-all phrase for, like, legit bad games and then just wacky games. And personally, I'm fine with that. If it's a way to get those games into a marathon, I'm good.
Yeah. So the way this works is that I saved, at that save box at the start of this area, and I got those 2 stars. I got all that experience. I spent the 400 coins to get that second box, but I'm going to kill myself here, and it'll take me back to that save box. But I'll retain all the experience I got from the two stars, and I will also not have that 400 coin deficit. So basically, it resets all your stuff except your experience. So that's how, forgiving this game is in casual play even.
During the death abuse here, just going to say we have ourselves another $10 donation here, I believe, from Negators. Mad props for marathoning Star Ocean 3 and Super Mario RPG. Immensely enjoyed watching the stream, and shout-outs to NeoGaf. Yes, indeed, the Gaff has been in there for this. Much love to the Gaff. Something Awful. I know there was a Reddit thread made for this, so definitely appreciate all the support, guys. Oh, someone's asking. Corin's, I'm assuming speaking on behalf of SK. Would you speedrun Project Altered Beast for a marathon if the price was right? Me, personally? You know what? They say every man has his price. Mine, for poverty, pretty damn low. Thus far, it's been nothing, and I've already done a lot of stuff in that regard, so... Never say never, is all I'll say. Oh, I see. So it's not SK's behalf. Or so he claims. Alright then.
Alright, that's
Yes,
that.
Negators. He is death abusing because here's the thing. When he dies, it saves his experience levels because he saved right before. So he just goes from that save point and it still keeps your experience levels. So he uses that to grind this a whole bunch. So really, really fast grinding. I think there are Turok speedruns on SDA, Speed Demos Archive. Basically, guys, just go on speeddemosarchive.com, and then, you can search by games, I think. Just search for whatever game you're looking for and see if it's in. There's a decent chance it'll be on the site. Stimpy's Invention. I believe there is an SDA run for Stimpy's Invention, actually. Insipid Mucky Water did it, I think.
Actually, oh, he's supposed to have the amulet here. That's right.
That's a game I played a lot as a kid, too. Oh yeah, the Portal and Typing of the Dead runs. Glad you brought up Summer Games Done Quick. Yes, Typing of the Dead. Yeah, that game was pretty controversial. The concept of suggesting it for a speedrun marathon. People were afraid, like, oh, this is just a gimmick game, and then it turns out to be seems like it's one of the main things people remember from that marathon. So
yeah,
glad it worked out very well for all involved. Adela, here's the thing: if you know how to search on Nico, chances are your game may have a Japanese player with a world record. But you would have to actually be able to type in the language and everything to search for that stuff. But the Japanese speedrun a lot of real interesting games that we haven't covered, so there's a chance of that.
Believe it or not, the biggest speedrunning game in Japan is probably Dragon Quest III. Maybe after Super Mario 64.
Here's the thing. that doesn't surprise me because Dragon Quest 3 in general is like the biggest video game ever in Japan, practically.
Right.
Like that, I always say like that game is basically to Japan what Mario Brothers 3 is to America, in a sense. Like near universal best game ever kind of thing. And that's the thing too. Keep in mind, guys. The SDA guys themselves always say Speed Demos Archive is not a world record site. It is a video site. It just happens to have a bunch of world records, and their high quality standards on what they accept for the site means that you're often going to get world records as the run's accepted. Here's the thing: Pokemon speedruns have gotten a good reception at previous marathons, I do believe. They're really glitchy ones. Anyway. Because there's some pretty hilariously broken Pokemon out there. Tecmo Super Bowl, hell yes. Glad to see some love for that in here. What was the deal with Bernie Kosar not being able to use his real name? QB Browns. I mean, I get some of the other guys like Randall Cunningham and them, like big marketing names, but was Bernie Kosar really that big a deal in that sense? Like, I'm in Cleveland, and that was a mindfuck to me. I don't know. Oh, B. Carter. That would make sense, actually. Interesting. Yeah, Cleveland. We're not Detroit! We're not Detroit! Steelers fan? Ban. The hardest game to speedrun? Well, the obvious answer, but Super Mario 64 is definitely way up there as one of the most complex and difficult games to speedrun.
Yeah.
And I also say Gimmick. I mean, if you got the idea from watching this run here, Gimmick is way up there, definitely for 2D games at the very least. And probably period.
Yeah, I would also agree with that. The Gimmick is... there's just so much going on. Like, there are way more star shots that you can do in a run than I probably was able to show in my run. And there are some star shots that, like, are hard in the first place, but then you can nail, like, a really precise velocity of the star, and you'll get, like, an extended version of it that saves even more time, like bypassing some object or whatever. And it's really deep and very, very difficult to do consistently.
Alright, we'll check and see if there's any new donations since last time. Remember, donations are still open for the character choice in Castlevania 3, as well as the file name in Castlevania 3 and 4. So keep those in mind, because those games will be played on the Spooky House bonus stream for Kings of Poverty, where we finish all the games we had to move out of this. And all your donation incentives and everything will still count for those. So your donations were definitely not in vain, people. Even if we couldn't finish all the games tonight. They will be done before I leave New York. That much is for sure.
Alright, we got about an hour left in this run, and also in tonight's festivities at least. That's right, he doesn't have an accessory equipped, so he equips it to him. The Sergeant whatever, Sergeant Flutter. am I doing for this battle? I have no idea. Let's see.
I believe Duke Nukem 3D Speedrun has been done. There's a Duke Done Quick, I think, in the vein of the Quake Done Quick and Doom Done Quick videos. Those are some of the original speedrunning classics.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Code Corona is fantastic. I'm glad to see some more mention of that. Really glad that game made it on the stream. What was with a Smiley being in the match and not being you withheld?
Yeah, what was with that? Actually, speaking of Kokoron, a Kokoron wiki page actually just appeared on the Japanese Nico Video RTA wiki, and it seems that people have been going in on that game a little bit. I see 2 times on there, so. Oh, what the? Oh, okay. I should have messed this up. What's that? It doesn't matter much.
Yes, indeed, Crimmy Doodle. I'm scrolling up in the chat a bit, but that's a good point. The Speed Demos, SDA and Speedruns Live both have team pages here on Twitch. And if you go to the team pages, they have a button that you can click to follow everybody on the team. So follow both of those teams, and you will get pretty much all the speedrunning fun you desire with email notifications. Comic Zone is really short, but that game is randomness hell. Mecha Richter actually speedruns Comic Zone, and I think he might have submitted a run to SDA, maybe. That game has some really interesting skips in it, but there's a lot of random stuff you need to go right. Goof Troop went pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah, it was, you know, it kind of ended up being more of a glorified one-player run, but Spooky did manage to, like, screw up some of the usual stuff that does happen. Like, there was the bell room that he, like, didn't take a certain item with him or whatever. And it was fun. I think it went a bit over, like, the estimate I think we had down, but, you know, I don't think we really had a good estimate of what that would be with, like, a 1.5 player run or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Spooky hung in there all right, and
Yeah.
Fublad and Ninja Kids too. Although that's a really simple game, and I think he got those Hager Final Fight fundamentals going for him. He hung in there pretty well.
I did want to watch that, but like I really needed a power nap at that time. So
Don't worry.
Yeah, I was in the corner for that one.
I might actually stream some more like 1cc attempts myself when I'm like bored of other games or something.
Yeah.
So, just for the heck of it. I don't even know what Skylanders is, so I'm not sure about speedrunning that. Yeah, Ninja Kids is a game all about pressing buttons, so definitely rewards Fublat's mentality, I gotta say. Alien Storm? Well, there is an Alien Soldier speedrun. A really impressive one at that. Big ups to Mr. Monkey Man. Proc, Cosmo is actually learning Banjo-Kazooie right now. The thing is, at least with the original Banjo, just about everybody plays a 100% speedrun for that game because you have to get really close to 100% of the stuff to beat the game anyway. So why not just go the extra little bit? But there's always been a decent number of Banjo runners, I think.
And no amulet. No amulet. That's the theme of this run.
Original Mystical Ninja for the SNES. I haven't thought about running that myself, but I've heard some other people say.
I think Hyman has started running that or something.
I know Hyman expressed interest in it. I didn't know if he
Yeah.
ever started working on it.
I think he started working on it, but he never really, like, you know, he really got down to it and started doing attempts or whatever.
Yo, Alien Soldier would be godlike in a marathon. That has to happen at some point.
I don't know how random is that game? Because I know it has like a reputation for being really hard.
That game is like all boss fights, basically.
Yeah.
But, God, it's awesome. I really hope that happens at some point.
I'm sure it will eventually. Assuming it's not like, you know, really marathon unfriendly with randomness.
Alright, guys, let me see this. This stream has been really entertaining, and your commentary about these games is really interesting. Hope there is another event like this. Thank you very much. There have been a number of other speedrunning charity events over the summer. It's really been blowing up.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the Summer Games done quick. We had the ESA Marathon, the European one, pretty recently. We had Shark Stream, and we got this now. Those are all just like in the summer alone, basically. And then every January is Awesome Games Done Quick, Speed Demos Archives, Big Daddy, them all, the WrestleMania of speedrunning charity events, you could say. And I wouldn't be surprised to see only more and more from here.
Yeah. But just to note that this is really like, this whole event is kind of the first of its kind, combining like a mystery tournament with the particular stuff we had and a speedrun marathon.
Yes.
So.
Yes, indeed. Like the idea of doing like races and stuff instead of just say like directly competitive games in a mystery tournament. That's the really a unique thing that I learned that it can work, but we'll definitely have to put a lot more work into testing.
Mm-hmm.
I think like from an entertainment standpoint, it was fantastic, or that's the impression people seem to give. Just it needs to not be such an organizational nightmare next time. But I really still believe in the basic idea. I really believe that can work. And in a sense, I mean, you could argue it worked here for sure. People seem to really enjoy it. House stream is not immediately after this, guys. We have to sleep and stuff.
Oh,
we are human, believe it or not.
I don't know if Spooky finally passed out or what's going on there.
People are talking about Claymates now. I think Cyghfer put up a bounty for Claymates.
Yeah, I have a bounty up. I have, I think, a $50 bounty up for a no warps run of that. That's, you know, like good enough for SDA. So I'm just putting that out there. If you want to get my $50, feel free to work on that run. I really just want to see people optimize the rat movement because that thing just moves like ridiculously fast.
Yeah. Uyama. My mentality going into this was the mystery tournament is the hard part. Speedrunning the games is going to be the easy part by comparison, and it did indeed turn out to be that way. So, here's the thing, Falkare. If we do mystery tournaments in the future, I mean, we'd like to try to include more obscure gaming platforms as well, but that gets into a lot of other issues. So, and again, this would require much more extensive testing. Like, we had tests run on all these games, but it was single-player stuff, and we didn't test them enough to realize issues with like controller recognition and button mapping and things like that. That really ate up a lot of time in this. So
yeah.
Yes. 2-player practice. Now I understand why Clage goes over to Murphigator's house to test the UFGT mystery games. Clage and Murphigator, fellow Midwest fighting game players turned speedrunners. Min is here. I don't know, most of the people just passed out, except Nerd Josh. Nerd Josh is still playing Alpha 3 over on the 18-1 arcade cabinet over there. He's been at it for a while now.